Hi everybody, I have another file folder mini to share with you. I'll be listing this one in my Etsy store. I used a Pendaflex hanging folder and it is about 8.5 by 6 inches and it's a single signature, and I used quilting thread to bind it this time. I doubled it up and it seems to be holding a little bit nicer. The binding or the closure for it is Sari Silk, S-A-R-I, and you can buy it on Etsy or Amazon, and it's just leftover silk. So I did the same as I did with the other one. I glued it in 3 separate sections. This is the front that I've left plain. Here's the back is plain, and then the flap folds over like this and it's plain. And I may do something else with it, but I don't think so. I think I'll just leave it as is. And I'm debating whether to add a charm or not to it. We'll see. So let's go inside and see what it looks like in here. I went with the orange and green mostly. I put a side pocket here, and I had some tea-dyed papers from another junk journal, so I added those as scraps, and I inked it with, I think you've seen this before, the Chalk Edger colors, and I used the Rusty Keys for the orange, and mostly that's what I used for. That was this one right here. So these are pretty cool. There's a lot of ink on these things. So hopefully it's in the frame. So anyway, that's mostly what I used. I used a banner punch for these, and I sewed them, just hand sewed them, did a rough hand sew with some waxed thread, which I like to use. It gives a little bit of texture. I used Martha Stewart edge punch. Can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I used that on all of the scrapbooking pages, but not on the tea-dyed pages. And then I added a little bit of the Sari silk up here for texture on this one. And this is from a different paper stack. It's not from the Floral Fair stack. It's an old one. I can't remember the name of it. And then I just added some little primitive hearts. Here's a stamp that says, "There are some things you learn best in calm and some in storm, Willa Cather." And then I added a little botanical stamp. Here's another heart with some netting, and I added some little flat back pearls and little fibers that sort of match the color, and a little balloon stamp down here. And I used the same color, the Rusty Gate or whatever the color is. It seems to go pretty well. And these are just some die cuts, more die cuts, and a little bit of ribbon that I had. Used it there, made a little pocket here, put a little corner stamp on here, and some extra papers to scribble on, journal on. This is just a little piece of ephemera that I added, a little botanical stamp, and I inked the edges. I used my pinking shears, inked the edges to make it kind of look like a stamp. And I think I was experimenting with this one. It looks glossy, so I think I put some glossy, no, not glossy accents. I can't remember what I put on it. But anyway, and then I used a piece of the hanging folder and made a side pocket. Here's a Martha Stewart punch, butterfly. Here's some more tea-dyed paper that I added, and some washi tape. It is glued down, but I added the washi tape just for a little bit of texture. So let's see, we got a butterfly here, a heart, and a flower, and then some eyelash trim. And this is a big old tuck spot down here, big heart, stamp, and lots of staples, and just kind of had fun, a little bit of fun with it. And I made some tags and added this. I usually practice stamping before I stamp in my book to see, to see what it'll do. Went through a little bit, but it's still usable, so I went ahead and added it, and added that. It's just glued down just to make it look like an embellishment, I guess. Oh, the backs of these, I chalked the backs, and then I watered down some, I can't remember what I watered down. I don't know, some acrylic glaze or something like that. It was real watery, and I went over it to seal the chalk in. I did it on this one. I'm not sure. I did it on this one so it looks marbled. I did a lot of chalking on that, and then I sealed it with the, it's like a matte finish. It's not the Ranger matte medium. It's a different one. I can't remember the name of it. Sorry. It's late. Okay, so where were we? Guess I had a lot of things going on in here. So here's the negative from a butterfly that I cut out. Here's another little, they're almost, they remind me kind of like a paper clip, and I'm thinking that is where this belongs. Like that. And then this is lace from a wedding dress. Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to hold it, but it was a nice thought anyway. I'll fix that. And again, I did some practicing with the stamp, and so I just went ahead and made a tuck spot. And this is just a file folder piece, scrap piece that I inked up the edges. And oh yeah, here's my first little bread tag out of a manila folder. So I stamped it with a little I heart you, and then I put the same thing on a little round tag and hung it on there with the little heart and this little fiber thing, and then I stapled it all and then put a little saying right there. Here's another banner with some, this is fabric washi tape. I think it's duct tape. So yeah, this one was kind of fun to do. And here's some more little stamp, or not a stamp, sorry, a punch. Hopefully you can see this. And then I sewed it on. There's a little star, wooden star button there, and some more sari silk right here. And trying to use up the pieces that I had cut out, so I just embellished that and put some down here. And again, I used the acrylic medium glaze, I guess it would be called, to seal the chalk in so it wouldn't be totally white there, and it can still be written on. Little butterfly stamps, one stamp here, and then a butterfly here on a label, and a heart, and a tag. And did some more, like I say, I was trying to use these up, and I just used my little mini attacher there. And then I made a side pocket, and these are little tags, little bigger for that I got, that I cut from my Cricut. And we were just about done, and then I made a bunch of bows out of the ribbons and stuff here. There's a little heart stamp under there somewhere. Oh yeah, it's right here. This is what it looks like. So it's kind of cool. I like it. And then these are Primo flowers, and I just stuck those together. This doily down here got messed up on the other side, so I just cut it and used the corner of it. And then I had some fibers, and I used that, and a bunch of extra papers that fell out just before I opened it up. So I need to do something to hold them in a little bit better. And that is my Pentaflex hanging file folder. I did not do anything on the inside. I figured it looked fine enough with the colors that I have, so I just left it, and I think it'll be fine, and it'll be listed on my Etsy store if anybody's interested. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and I will get back to you and answer them. Thanks. Have a good night.